Alright, what is going on, y'all? Hope everybody's having an amazing day so far. Today is March 17th. Hopping on the charts a little later than usual. As you can see bottom right, it's 9:14. But I was on a call for a little bit, but kept the charts up, just making sure, just watching. Nothing's really going on. Looks like we're kind of just expanding. But first we're gonna start with some news here, see what we got. So this is for tomorrow. We have a lot coming out tomorrow. So we have PPI and FOMC coming out. And today we have no news. So with that being said, we want to be super patient today. Super patient today. See what type of opportunity gets presented, if any at all. And then just go from there. So you can see all these drawings here that I have. These are from yesterday. Some are from this morning when I was kind of just like, on the call, just charting around. But nonetheless, main thing that I'm kind of looking at here is on the daily. So on the daily time frame, on both indexes, ES and NQ, we have this daily fair value gap here that we tapped, and then we seen a respection. We get legs lower to, okay, I was gonna say equilibrium of that candle, but we tap it, we get legs lower here. We don't tap it on ES. Okay, so we tap it on NQ. We see legs lower. ES does not tap it. With tapping that gap, we also take buy side here on NQ, and we put in the SMT. See, ES does not tap the gap or take buy side. SMT gets put in, and we fail to displace lower. We fail to get through this 1 hour gap to the downside. Right. So you can see here, 1 hour gap holds, and we see legs higher. 1 hour gap holds here, we inverse this small gap here. Remember, if we're going to go lower, I can expect this gap to at least hold to get us to sell side, which it does not. So we get through this gap, we get above the change in the state, and now we're seeing displacement higher. So I had buy side marked out here. I took away this SMT because after this SMT gets put in and we hold, it kind of gets invalidated. We're heading back up to buy side. So I just mark out this high here, which is this high, but I marked this high out just because this is relative equal highs that I want to see get taken if we want to get up there. And I just marked out sell side, on my sell side here, buy side level above, just in case we want to get through this high and just continue higher. But ultimately, I want to see what we do when we get inside of this daily gap on ES and we take these equal highs. Same thing on NQ. I want to see what we do when we get back inside this gap and take buy side if we want to get up there. So it looks like we're going to get higher. If we don't just see higher and we do see a pullback, I can maybe expect some type of rebalance, possibly into this gap here. Move some of these drawings over. So possibly into this 30-minute gap that we have here on both indexes. And we're just going to keep an eye out and watch. See what we get. Like I said, no news Tuesday with big news tomorrow. So super patient, but it looks like we're just getting legs higher up towards this buy side liquidity. So there we are. So we're just going to be patient here. We're just going to sit on the 30 to 15, kind of see what we get here. We don't have any resting buy side inside of these gaps. So if we do want to get back in here, I'd want to see if we want to generate, But if we do just get up the buy side, I'd see if we get a model back to the downside, 2 rebounds to these gaps to equilibrium and the sell side resting below. So I'm going to pause this recording. I will be right back. It's just going to jump a second, so I'll be back. Alright, y'all, back. So first thing I notice here, we got market open in 5 minutes. First thing I notice here is equal highs get taken, right? We have an SMT currently at the moment with NQ not taking this high quite yet. Now, I just want to see what we do here because quite honestly, we have market opening here in about 5 minutes. So I just want to see what we do. If we get a change to the downside, if we get through this, first I'd want to see this SMT hold, right, for me to take a stab. That's number one. that not for me to, but I'd be extra confident. So I'm gonna mark out this 1 minute gap along with this 1 minute change, and just see what we do. Like I said, we got market open here, and you know, for 3.5 minutes. So just want to see what we get. You know, we could do a couple things here, right? We could put in this 1 minute change, and we could start getting lower, right? Targeting sell side, sell side, sell side, equilibrium, unfilled gap, right? Or we could take this high and then just get lower, soup here inside this 2 minute gap, and then look to seek higher if higher is the draw. So depending on what we do here in the next couple minutes, I'll look to make a decision. If I'm being honest, I'd want to lean more on the patient side, just because if I take if say we get a change here, say we get through this inverse, and we get a change, right? And I enter right here. Okay. I don't know if this 5 minute here is gonna hold or not. I don't know if this 3 minutes is gonna hold. I don't know if we just want to soup this low to continue higher. So I'd much rather take an entry after we got the change, wait, and either miss out on the move and we just absolutely go and dump, or we at least, you know, get a pullback here to where I can take, you know, an entry out of the pullback, or, you know, I'll see us get lower, soup this low, and then we put a model into the upside. So it's just playing what I'm given here. But I like NQ. I like the order flow that we're getting here. So, you know, I might just look to go break even fairly quickly here if I would take this stab. But let's just see. We got market open in a minute and a half. So we'll see what we do. Ideally, if we don't get this candle close here in 20 seconds, I'm probably not too interested, because then if we get it on the 30 candle at 9:30 open candle, it's I don't really like me personally, it just lowers my confidence. You know, 9:30 candle is going to be a lot of wicking and damage being dealt. So that's not really ideal for me. I'd like to just wait and be patient, but we'll see if this 1 minute holds. We'll see what we do. Ideally, I want to see if we can get internal high to then seek lower. And then if NQ can also take this low, if we do want to take internal high, or if we put an SMT at internal high. So we'll just see what we do here. Open up this 1 minute gap now to the upside. If we want to go higher towards these highs, I'd expect this to get ran through, this gap to hold. But if this gap wants to hold, and then this gap gets ran through with a change, then that's a sign that we could definitely seek lower. But market's going to open here right now, so we'll see what we do. We have ES looking like we could get higher. So NQ just starts to sell off here. Big legs down. Okay, so NQ is below this change in the state currently. ES kind of wick through the gap and the change, pulling back up. So we'll see if ES wants internal high and see if we can get a nice big SMT. So boom, ES runs higher, takes internal buy side. Now this is what I want to see here. I just want to see this change here. I'd want to see us get through this gap quickly and efficiently, get below this change in the state. We have a nice SMT. Delivering from a daily gap. See what type of opportunity we can get here. See if NQ wants to get up to these highs as well. So it looks like we do. So NQ now takes this high. So SMT is no longer in place. NQ takes external high as well. Big legs to the upside. See if we got some more resting buy side nearby besides this high. So it looks like we do not. So we really just had this daily gap here that we're inside of. And the next draw is here at this high. So as you can see, we got the inverse with a small close through the gap, but then we failed to get below the change in the state. So that's why you want to be really patient and just wait for everything that the market needs to tell you. Now, after filling this daily gap completely, for me to take a confident stab, I'd have to see this probably get ran through to the downside. And then us put this change in the state right here on a 30-second. So we completely failed this daily gap here. Looking like we're hunting buy side higher. See what we get. Next big 1 minute here on NQ. Keep in mind, buy side is still taken. We're still inside this gap here. So this trade idea isn't invalidated. I'd be willing to take a stab on NQ if we get through this gap here. And just look to go break even, internal low. And then as far as ES goes, I like ES on the 30-second, so I'd be willing to take a stab there. Or probably just the same stab. I like how the 1 minute actually looks. But I'd have to see a change in order flow. As you can see, we're pretty bullish here since open, getting legs higher. So I'd have to see a change in order flow. You know, start seeing us get some nice legs to the downside. And see everything kind of flip. So this is what I'd like to see here. Is just us can just get some strong legs to the downside, continue lower, continue through this gap. So as you can see, we tap it on both indexes. One of the biggest things that I want to watch for here is what we do with this gap. So if we kind of just playing it, that could be us generating sell side to then run to continue higher, right? After we tap this gap and we take internal low here, well, it looks like we didn't quite yet, but there's no model for me to take. Like if we would have had a gap right here, then I'd look for this gap to get ran and us to put a change in for me to enter long, but there's not enough here for me to take that. But we'll see what we do here with this gap. That's really just what I want to play off of here. So what we do with this 1 minute. Do we want to use it to get higher, or do we want to run it to show lower? Inside of a daily gap that completely got filled on ES. NQ almost, more than 50%. So just see what we get. Did put an SMT in here with this low, internal low, equal lows getting taken. But there's just not enough here on NQ. Remember, it's still a No News Tuesday with big news tomorrow, so I just want to be patient. There's really nothing for me still. There's nothing. Now we put an SMT to the upside here with internal high getting taken. So we just get right back higher. We're selling off now a little. Yeah, there's still just really nothing for me. Nothing that's catching my eye here, honestly. I like how we came down into this gap here, put in an SMT, but there was nothing for me to the upside. There's no opportunity. Just want to be patient. I want to see what we do here now. There's still no opportunity. If we had a gap here and we had this change right here, I could have liked that and go break even quickly once we got inside this gap. But there's nothing. There's literally nothing. So we now take internal high on both. I want to see what we do here, right? Because now we have this that we could soup. So we have this change resting here, but we'll change, right, just to be inside a 1 minute gap. So that's not really what I'm confident in, but I want to see now if we can get this change here, get through this 1 minute gap, then I could want to take a stab. I like what we're getting here. Just want to be careful and patient with this low resting inside this gap though, because we can literally take it and just see higher up to here. do get a 1 minute change to the downside. So since we got this 1 minute change, I can at least expect us to get to this low now, but we'll see because we're definitely looking a little wonky on the day. So buy side gets taken, we see legs lower, we see this change get put in, and we fail to displace through it, and then we just see higher right away. So now high gets taken once again. Now we have an SMT. This high here. So we're just gonna wait here. There's really not, in my opinion, high quality opportunity at the moment. So it doesn't mean that there won't be in the nearby future, but just as of right now, there's really nothing that I like. So we're just gonna give market some time. At this point, I'm looking to see, do we get down to this low? Do we take this low? What do we do with it? Or do we just want to get to this high? Do we take this high? And what do we do with it? So those are the two areas of interest that I'm playing off of right now. A lot of people are probably just getting chopped up right here. So we don't want to participate in that. Once again, I like how we generated inside of this gap here, because actually this is now a 5 minute gap as well. So we have a 5 minute, 3 minute, obviously a 1 minute with the sell side generated inside of it. And it looks like we could definitely see higher based off of the reaction that we got off of, after taking these highs and having opportunity to get through gaps, and we failed. So see if ES can get lower. We're pretty close here. Take this low, put in the SMT. This internal low here gets taken. SMT gets put in. On the 32nd here, we get a model. See us get this change here to the upside. See us get through this. After this low gets taken. It's pretty clean. I'd be willing to enter at a pullback here. Even if ES wants to pull back here, which we might just run here now, but so we're super close to buy side here. I probably want to see what we do after taking it, or if we do want to come down and, you know, present opportunity here. I do want to take it if we pull back to this change in this gap here, but it's kind of a long ways down just for us to tap it and then go back higher when we're already that close. But we'll see what we do. Set a limit order here to buy 4 once we tap this gap. So now move my limit order to the low, which will be turtle soup if we do take it. Stops are gonna go to look to go underneath this gap here. We still didn't take that low. I want to see if ES does want to take this, if we do get an SMT as well. Looks like we will, but I want to see it hold and it kind of force us higher. See if we get filled here though. Alright, we do. Alright. Probably my max size here. I'm looking to be in with. Just based off of the no news that we have today. and the price action that we've been getting. After this low gets souped, you know what? 2 more here. Risking 200 bucks. I like that reaction that we got. So, after this low gets souped here, I get filled in, and I add here when we pull back to the inverse and the change in the state, which stopped underneath both. So, I'm not full size here. I'm only in 195 bucks. My full size is looking to be 300 plus, but like I said, with no news today and the news that we have tomorrow, I don't want to be full size here. So. Starting to dump here, probably gonna get stopped, getting big legs down. This is my only stab on the day as well, just based off of just how we've been moving. I'm not really in favor. Not really my preferred. I don't think anybody's preferred price action, but you know, we're just gonna be patient, see what we get. See if we can get above here. Just realized that music is super loud. Looks like we're failing to recover to get above that change. See what we do. Looks like NQ pull back into this gap here. Big 3-minute gap filled. Still pretty bullish. I still like what we got. You know, it's just price action isn't, you know, fully there today. But we come down, we tap this 2-minute here. And Q runs lower, taps the change in both inverses. Oh, I'm sorry, not inverse. We tap this inverse. We tap this small. We tap this BPR here. That's what kind of recovered us. But we come into this 30-second gap here. Tap the change, and then tap this BPR. So I like how we got that change in the state above. So I want to see us just continue higher here. There's not much reasoning to go lower based off of what we got, and we just closed above that change in the state. So like I said, I want to see us start getting legs up here, but it's not about what I want to see, you know, it's about what I'm given. So looks like NQ's getting higher pretty nicely. Real nice. Recovered pretty well after digging into that gap a little bit. Get rid of this daily gap here. Get rid of this here. Get rid of this. We'll just look for buy side here. looks like we're not getting too much displacement to the upside here. But we got this 2-minute gap here, which I like. I want to see if this can act as an inverse from here. So it looks like we just get right through that. I was looking for somewhere to, you know, adjust my stop, but there's really nowhere for me to after we got these legs up. So it looks like we're just getting some fucking nukes to the downside. So honestly, we'll just see what we do here. Today clearly isn't favorable for a favorable price action. So this is our one and only trade on the day. We get a stop there. Clean trade, clean setup. Just not good delivery at all. So I take these pictures, put them in the journal, and just get ready for tomorrow. So see what we do. Looks like I got stopped out, got wicked. Wouldn't be surprised if we start running here now. That happens to me quite often. Get wicked, absolutely just wicked. Either break even or stop loss, then we run. But yeah, stop was in a good spot here. To go over the trade again, we saw this internal low here get taken. You can see on NQ, we put in an SMT. And then we see us get legs to the upside, getting through this 30-second gap, getting a 30-second change of state to the upside. We then wait patiently for this turtle soup right here, enter purely off of that, with stops underneath this BPR. Excuse me. And then we look to add when we tap the change in the state, which we did. So then we just see tire, and we just got very, very poor delivery. Very poor delivery. As you can see, we have buy side resting right above. We got through a whole daily gap to get to. We had all bullish imbalances getting respected. You can see 1 minute getting respected. And then we just failed to seek higher. So it is what it is. It happens some days, you know. But we're just gonna get up out of here. It's 10 a.m. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of y'all day. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.